Hello everybody, how are you today? Hopefully I'm live right here on the Essential Stencil page. I've just had a little bit of a technical difficulty in trying to make us go live. So let me know when you're tuning in, where you're tuning in from. We'd love to know. Hi Gloria, Gloria's here, first one up. Okay, I see people joining us now. Great, thank you guys. Thank you so much for letting me know. Ken, Deb is here, Robert, Donna is here. How are you all? Brenda's watching. Okay, get myself organized. I was in a bit of a, because what I was trying to do wasn't working. I was usually go cross-post it from my Iris Dorsoft page over to Essential Stencil. Anyway, we are here now. I'm going to do a couple of Christmas stencil projects today. Hello Joyce Ann, how are you? And Donna's here. Hi Donna. I always wonder when there's husband and wife sometimes join their Facebook accounts, and so I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's the wife. After I've got a little symbol saying it's trying to reconnect, so hopefully our Wi-Fi is all good. All right, I'm going to be staining around. Now this round for, our Wi-Fi is stroke. Oh guys, hope we're not going to have this issue today. Thank you so much, Cindy, for sprinkling reconnect. The board I'm using it's 11, well, it's almost, so I wonder if I can switch over. Hold tight, folks. Let me see what our Wi-Fi is doing. 5G2, what are you on, Em? Can you get on another one, or I'm not sure.
No, mine's working. I
know, but I'm wondering. Hi everyone, how are you? Still here, and I'm just trying to make sure our Wi-Fi is going to be okay because it keeps coming up saying just reconnecting. But let me know how you're going. Yeah, but can you get on to another? Okay. All right, so let's get started. Yeah, Evelyn, it says it keeps freezing. Yeah, I saw that, and I can see a little thing saying it's trying to connect. So I was just trying to change my Wi-Fi settings over. So we are still here. Yes, Mary, I'm not on my page today, just on Essential Stencil's page today. So let's get started, folks. I'm going to be doing a round, and I'm using the At Christmas All Roads Lead Home. It's a single stencil. Oh, there we go. Gorgeous Christmas red truck. I think we'll make it red. That's the tradition, isn't it? At Christmas, all roads lead home. So hopefully you've got family coming home for Christmas. Our son, who lives in Melbourne, a long way away from us, just messaged in our family chat group his ticket to say he is coming home for Christmas. So I am so excited, his air flight tickets and his flight. So he's organised. We'll wait for our number 2 son, our second son, to let us know. That's usually a last minute one. One's organised, one's a little last minute. So, but it's exciting. We all do get together for Christmas. So that's one sign I'm going to be doing, and the other one I've just pre-painted this one black. It's just a plywood board, fairly thin, but not too thin. I've just painted that black, and I'm going to be doing some fun with 2 different stencil sets, and I had a look at these to make sure they're still in stock. I had to rearrange my live again because I thought I was going to do one thing, and then I looked online. I thought, oh, that's out of stock right now. I can't be telling people, hey, this is great, and then you can't get it. But just hang tight because they may be restocking some of those from the big brand new Christmas bundle. They may be stocked at the end of this month. This pack is called Funny Christmas, and it contains 6 different Christmas funny, punny sayings. I'm going to be using this one. I just discovered this last night when I think someone posted it in the Stencil of the Month Club that they've done this. It might have been an ambassador. Anyway, it says, I'm only a morning person on December 25th. I thought that was pretty funny. So we'll use that one out of the set today. Let me show you the other ones in this set. It's beginning to cost a lot like Christmas. How funny. And we've got, oh dear, what a year. With a cute reindeer and present. And we have Up to Snow Good. For those of you who get snow for Christmas, we obviously don't. I'm in Australia, so we do not get snow here at all. What the elf? Is anyone doing elf on the shelf again this year? Hands up if you do that for your kids. Hi Bonnie, thank you so much for sprinkling. That's amazing. And Rhonda says those are cute. Not sure if I ordered those. If you pre-ordered the Christmas bundle, the latest classic Christmas bundle, these will be in that bundle. If not, you can order them singly and individually because the bundle is no longer available as a bundle, and some of those bundle items have sold out. So there were, I don't know, about 30 something of this set left, so make sure you grab those. Last one is, Dear Santa, can we negotiate? There you go. So some of those are going to be really fun to just kind of hang around the house. And then I wanted to add some Christmas trees. I wasn't quite sure whether to do the pine trees, but I think I might do these mini modern trees is what it's called. A pack of 3, and we've got these 3 different designs of trees. So we'll use a couple of those again on that signboard that I'm going to be painting. Let's get started with staining. I'm going to stain my board that I've got here, which I said is about 11.5 inches. I just can't find nice, great big 16-inch rounds here in Australia like you guys get over there to do our beautiful stencil rounds. So these ones I got from Kmart over here, had them, and so I just got a whole bunch, but they're only 11.5 inches. But you know what I do, and if you've watched me for a long time, I just kind of wing it and make things fit in whatever way I can. So we just go with what we've got. I'm going to be putting this, I'll stain it first, but we'll put this on the round and I'll show you how we can make that one fit. You kind of just lay your stencil down on it and you can see how those fit. I'm going to stain it with a little bit of paint. So this is the colour Woodwick by Fusion Mineral Paint. I do have an affiliate link for that if you did want to order the Fusion paint. I can pop that in there if you ask for it. So Brenda's asking, do you have a Walmart in Australia? No, we don't. And I know lots of people who would love us to have a Walmart. We have different department stores that are sort of fairly similar. But I'm just adding a touch of this here, and I should have brought a cloth to wipe that on so that my lid doesn't stick. If you have dribbles all over the side of your paint lids, that's one way that the lids will probably fuse onto the jar. Now I just put a little drizzle of paint in there. I'm just going to add some water to create a wash, and really even that small drizzle is way too much. I really don't need that much for a board this size, but if I pop a lid on that or put some wrap over it, I could stain a whole bunch of boards all at once, which is always a good idea if you're doing lots of signs and making the signs. I didn't bring water over here, but I've got my glass of water, my drinking water, that I haven't drunk out of yet. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water there. And again, it's probably way too much. I was going to stir this with something. Now, I will mention that our giveaway prize today is a set, and all this week, if you've been watching our lives, our giveaways this week is a set of pink brushes. Pink! With the rose pink metal for rules, and they come in, it's a set of 4, come in 4 different sizes of stencil brush. I've been using those on our lives and that's amazing, but these are gorgeous, and all of the profits, if you do want to buy an extra set of these for your stenciling, all the profits go to breast cancer research. And of course this is October, which that is always Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so let me know in the comments, I don't know, do we have pink hearts? Can you put a pink heart if you've already purchased our pink brushes from Essential Stencil? Now they are giving away a set on the prizes today, so stay tuned for the end when we'll be announcing winners. Also on the replay, if you comment the word replay, you've got a chance to win those brushes as well. But pop a pink heart in the comments if you've already ordered your pink brushes. You can never go astray with too many sets of brushes, because as I've said before, once you've started doing one colour and you need that same size brush for a different colour, then you want to have a couple of sets on hand to make that happen. I am literally just swishing and swirling my water and mixing it together We've got some hearts there. Yes, there's some people who have ordered those pink brushes. Oh, purple hearts, Phyllis, that'll do. That'll do. Tracy's got her pink brushes. Yes. And they are great to have a few sets. Now, another tip that I remember sharing another time too is that if you have washed out your brushes also, and you may want to be continuing a different project, if you've washed out one and you want to use it for a different colour, for example, do make sure that your brushes are completely dry before you start to use them again, because if they do still have water in them and if they're still a little bit wet, then you're sort of making the paint a little bit too runny, and it could cause bleeding under the edges of your stencil, and we don't want that. All right, I was going to find a little extra brush to kind of, I'll just use this one as an example to just stir that in a little bit more. I was going to use my sponge, but now that I've just got the stain on the brush, I'll just use this. Cindy says, you can never have enough brushes. Yeah, that's correct. So I'm just now, I've got this stain wash. I'm going around the edges first, because what happens is you can use your hand to grab the center of the board, because if I already paint the front, then I won't be able to hold it because the paint's wet. Have you ever come across that issue? Sometimes I'll forget and leave the edges till last, and then find that I don't have anything to grip onto. So I try and remember to do the edges first, and they often have the end grain of the wood, which can sometimes be a little bit rough. Now I can go ahead and let me just point this down a little bit. Hi Casey, well, it's lovely to see you today. Been watching your grandson to catch up. That's awesome. Okay, take a seat. And we're going to go on with painting and staining is what we're doing. So then we'll be able to still see the grain of the wood in our stain. Now you could, if the stain is a little too dark, you can always use a damp wet cloth and wipe it back a little bit to get less of a stain on there. So you can do that with a damp cloth. Otherwise, just let it dry and it soaks right in. Now, staining is great for raw surfaces. So raw wood surfaces is what stains go best on. So you can see the difference there where I've wiped off this section here. It's a little bit darker here, and here is the raw wood. Excuse me. So this is the colour Woodwick, and it's in the Fusion Mineral Paint range, and I've just created a wash or a stain just by adding water. You can do that with any water-based paints, obviously, you can do that with, and it's a great way to create some fun backgrounds for your signs, is just to give them a bit of a stain. So I'm going to be using just popping this in a plastic bag, because I might want to stain some more later, some more boards, and I will just match what I did at the beginning and wipe this back a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to hit this with the hairdryer and just check out our comments here. There are the limited edition pink brushes. Essential Stencil has popped them in the pinned comment on our live, so you can see those. Lots of prayers going up for Joyce Ann. I pray that everything's okay. Yes, Essential Stencil is reminding you that we will be gifting 3 sets. Yes, because we have 3 winners at the end of our live. Gifting 3 sets of these Essential Stencil pink brushes on our live tonight. So now we've got a nice stained board. So this is the original blonde wood at the back. You can stain that with any colour you like. Sometimes I've done this with black paint and it creates a lovely black stain at the end. Okay. Yeah, it's a nice stain colour, that wood wick. All right, so we've done that. You can also apply the stain with a fun little sponge here. That's a great idea as well. Let's have a look. Here is this is the one we're using. It is called At Christmas, All Roads Lead Home. So there you go. I hope that you all have or can get to be home for Christmas or have family come home for Christmas. That'll be wonderful. Okay. So my sign, it's going to be missing some of the stars that are up around the edge, but I figured, and I laid it out here, the truck and the tree and all the words will fit perfectly on this round. And again, it's about 11.5-inch round, but if you have one that's larger, it will fit just as perfectly with that. So if my round was a lot larger, say a 16-inch round, you could even go around that with some more stars. You could add more stars around the outside. So we'll be doing that, and also stay tuned because I'm going to go on with some more fun on a plain black board here. So we've just got to place it, and I'm sort of running, we've got grain in the wood, you can see the grain, yes, you can see that there. So I'm going to run it along this way, and then I'll probably tape it. I want to make sure my tree has got a little bauble at the end there, and I want to also make sure that my words have equal distance either side. So that's the main part that I want to be centered. And then the rest, the truck it's all symmetrical enough to fit down there. So let's grab a bit of painter's tape and let's see if I can take this down. Now I will I always put it on something, either on the apron and then just tear it off, and it kind of puts a little bit of fuzz on the tape so that it's not too sticky, especially after you've just stained the board, something like that. I'm wondering what parts we might do first. So I've got a few different Christmassy type colours here to work with. And yeah, there are several of these still left. We've got our offloading cardboard here ready to offload paint onto, because we need to do that with our stencil brush. I think I'll work on the truck first, and I'll probably tape the tree off because I want to do that in green, and we're going to do the truck in red. So you can either tape it off, or you can use a bit of cardstock that comes with in between your stencils, this black cardstock. You can often use that to just be a bit of a blocker in blocking where you don't want to be painting. So just going to add this here, and it does turn a bit of a corner, so just gonna tear the tape a little bit to make it go around a bend, because there's a little bauble there. A bit tricky, but we made it. So I'll show you that close up. So see how I've just made a little fold in the tape to make it go, whoop, I'm going backwards, make it go around that part of the truck. And then we'll tape this bottom along here. Christy, that's a great idea. So, well, she's got the idea from someone else, I think. Someone else mentioned that you should, someone suggested to get a set of pink brushes and just use them solely for white paint. That's a fun idea, because they do take on, as with all natural bristle brushes, they do sort of take on a stain of whatever paint you've used beforehand, but they do still wash out pretty well, and it's just stain on the bristles. It's not actual paint. But yeah, if you were concerned about that at all, you could just use them for one colour. Or have a set with dark colours and have a set for light colours. Gloria says you almost don't get trucks anymore, but sometimes something always causes me to cave, and always happy I did. I know, I just love the trucks. They're fun, aren't they? So I will be painting all of this. I can see that the A for at Christmas is very close to this truck tyre. So that's another area that I want to tape off before we go ahead and do the stenciling part. Again, I'm just putting the tape on my apron to make it, oh no, I want to taped it the wrong way. Taping over the tie. I want to tape the letter. So we're just going to do that. So now we're going to go with our red paint, and I probably could go over that with the tires with black. I may even do that after I've done this red though. Using Fusion's Fort York Red, maybe I'll use the Highlander. I do like this Highlander colour. It's just slightly darker than the bright Fort York Red, but Fort York is a really good fire engine-y kind of colour. Now I can see out of my pink brushes that I used a bit of red last time on this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that one this time also. Everyone loves the red truck. Yeah, tape is great for this purpose, but also, like I said before, you can block things off with the card too. So let's go ahead with this colour called Highlander. And I'm dipping it into the paint, but then I'm offloading onto a piece of cardboard. Let me know in the comments too, if you are brand new to stenciling, if you've never tried stenciling before, you'd like to have a go. I'd love to know if you're new to the stenciling. So I'm doing this red, and I can see that you can still see the grain of the wood through the red paint. So if you wanted a really super solid colour, you could do a couple of coats. Red is one of those colours that, and sometimes the brighter blues also, are colours that are highly pigmented, and so sometimes they will be a little bit more translucent. Just being really careful around these really thin parts here to make sure that your brush doesn't pull them aside, and then you lose that line. So again, when you're stenciling, just nice gentle swirling motions. I kind of pounce and then swirl, but going along those lines is also a good idea. And maybe when you get to these lines that are sort of joining together, I kind of just give it a little bit of a wriggle rather than a full swirl, so that the bristle remains on the board, but when you're wiggling it, it sort of wiggles into the grains of the wood. So up here we can afford a little bit more swirly movement. Thinking about doing the stars in a metallic kind of colour. Jean, you're fairly new to stenciling. That's great to hear. It is a nice red, yes. Awesome. Welcome, Sandy. Sandy, are you new to stenciling too? That's amazing. So we go live as ambassadors here for Essential Stencil. We go live every weeknight, so Monday through to Friday, and show you how to use the stencils, all our best stenciling tips, and of course the rub-on transfers. We can't forget those. I don't know how many of you might have ordered the snowman and snow globe transfers. They look adorable. I still haven't gotten to use mine yet, so let me know if you've used those. Oh no, you wouldn't have got them. They're pre-orders. So there's a lot of these. This is the stencil that I'm using now is on a pre-order list for the classic collection, classic Christmas collection. That was in the big bundle that was available as a bundle. Now they're available as single stencil sets individually. Yeah, I think this truck is going to look great just by itself, even though you can see the wood grain in it just with one coat. I think it is going to work just fine. Yes, Essential Stencil is letting you know you can use any paint for stenciling. Those of you who are new, acrylic paint, chalk paint. I've even used stains before for stenciling that are oil-based stains. You can use anything, so it depends. I just prefer water-based paints because, like chalk paint or mineral paint or acrylic, because they are easy wash up. You can easily wash your stencil brushes. If you are staining with like an oil-based, you probably need some mineral terps or something like that. I don't know what you call it there. We have different names for those kind of things in Australia. Mineral spirits, turpentine, methylated spirits, white spirits. There's all these different words for that. But yeah, you just got to check with whatever paint you're using of the different cleanup instructions on there. And I usually go for one that's water-based, so it's a water cleanup, water wash. So much easier to wash your brushes and things. All right, so now that I've done that swirling motion around all of that, we've got our red truck all good to go. Then I can move on to another colour. I could, if I wanted to, go and do the black on the tyres, but we'll remove the tape where the tree is, and we'll go with the tree for our next. Got some globs of paint on the outside of the bottle. And if you've just joined us, we are giving away today a set of 4 Essential Stencil pink brushes. Now the pink brushes are, all the profits from those go to raising money for breast cancer research this month. And so we are giving away 3 sets of brushes to 3 lucky prize winners. I'm going to take this off the tree. Now, I do have to now tape the truck a bit, so I might just hit that, make sure it's really dry before I put the tape on that side, because I don't want my tape peeling off any of the truck paint that I've just painted. Yeah, the colour red is Highlander by Fusion Mineral Paint. Thank you so much for sharing our live, for those of you who are sharing and letting me know that you've sprinkled. Okay, so we've removed that. Now I can go ahead and put this tape here on the truck area. I don't want to place it too hard down on the, I'm just trying to keep it away from the paint, but just on the stencil. So we've got those lines there that sort of help us with that. And then again with the tree, we can do a similar thing to what we did before. I might even just tear this up a bit. This time, got to make it turn inwards. So just turning my tree, making sure we've got all the pieces, all the pieces covered. The tree has baubles on it. We can go over those even like with your fine, our Essential Stencil has these detail brushes. You can go over those with your detail brushes that come in a set of 6. And we could do those later. The green colour I'm going to use today, probably, let's do Mana Green, which is again a Fusion Mineral Paint colour. And here's the brush I used with green. See how it just stains the bristles, but it's not going to necessarily come off if you did use another colour. But I just sometimes like using the same colours that we've used before. So we're doing this on an 11-inch round if you've just joined us. And I'm going to go over this whole thing, even the star, because it'll at least add a bit of background depth. If I want to go over the star and the baubles with a metallic colour afterwards, I can do that. And it will have that depth underneath it to kind of carry the metallic colour, because sometimes our metallic colours are very translucent. And need to have a background colour behind them. So for example, if I'm doing something in gold metallic, it's a good idea to put a yellow or a mustard colour in behind the gold, and that will help to make that pop. If you're using copper, I would go with some of those tones as well, like a more of a reddish tone underneath. And silver, you can pop a grey in behind it. Just adding in a little bit at a time. You can always go over with a second coat if we need to, but it's always best to have a really nice thin coat on the stencils so that you don't get extra paint bleeding underneath the stencil. And we offload the brush and away we go. Now, I did also want to tell you about the Stencil of the Month Club this week. And I do believe Essential Stencil is going to extend those days. Ambassadors didn't get our stencils in time to be able to demonstrate those for you this week. But the November Stencil of the Month Club set is just adorable. It's beautiful. Amanda has collaborated to make those designs, and she's based it on silhouettes. And if you saw Amanda's live this week, she gave you a demonstration of using some other stencils of how she envisioned those to be, and I would love to show you. But if you just go to stencilofthemonthclub.com, don't forget to use my code IRestoreStuff to join the Stencil of the Month Club, and you will get 50% off your first month on the premium plan and the first month free on the basic plan, which is the smaller version of certain elements within the stencil set. So they are the most gorgeous designs. I love them. I can't wait to get them myself. Also, if you use my code IRestoreStuff on the general essentialstencil.com website, you can get 10% off anything. That's including these stencils today. So I hope Essential Stencil will probably put a link for Stencil of the Month Club here. I've also got it in the description of our live, but I wanted to make mention of that because I cannot wait to see you guys using the silhouettes. I know, right? Bobby, you can't wait to use them? You can't wait to see them. Yeah, they're gorgeous. All right, so we've done the green. I was going to see if I can show you here on my laptop. I don't know if this will work. Let's see if I can show you a little bit. Might be able to show you here. So these are some of the designs, if you can see that. See the silhouette shapes? Just beautiful. And those are the November Stencil of the Month Club stencils that are going to be available. They're available now. The club is open now. You can join now. Usually closes on the 20th. I had a feeling they were going to open it for a couple more days, but Essential Stencil can let you know that. But yeah, beautiful different silhouettes there. We've got the a ballerina, a tree like a Christmas tree, umbrella stencils with a couple of umbrella butterflies. We've got the porch swing, like a swing that will go under a tree, lamppost, a fence, a horse rearing up, eagle, a howling wolf, which would look great with a moon silhouetted on a moon, rabbit, is that a cat? An owl, a dog and a cat. So just some cute ideas there. So if you go to stencilofthemonthclub.com, if you haven't joined yet, use my code IRestoreStuff and save, because you can get a free first month on the basic plan, or 50% off your first month on the premium plan. So those of you who have already joined the Stencil of the Month Club know how amazing it is. You get 3 full stencils every month sent to your door, and there's also the additional add-on. So wanted to mention that and make sure you all knew about that. Let's go on now with our words down the bottom, and I want to use a nice white for the words. Let me see where I put my white. See if I can dip a brush in here and do these white, and then we'll go on with our stars using metallic. So I might put a white base under the stars. It's just a basic pure white color, using the 3/4 inch stencil brush. And I'm trying to do that up so you can see it. Now, nice little wriggle in on the words. I'll do the stars as well, so that we've got a bit of a base or a background for those stars. This one goes off the edge, so I won't be able to get that one. I've got to jump back so I can see your comments. Kathleen's asking, how's your puppy, Sharon? My girls are here making sure she's being nice and quiet today. But She's actually watching me from the couch over there. She's watching me do my live. If she's really good, I might bring her up on the live at the end. So, but she is growing. She was about, just over maybe 1.5 kilos when we first got her. She's now just over 3 kilograms. Now I don't know what that is in pounds. I'm sorry. Actually, it's probably, I don't know. I don't know. Can we have a peek? Here, Tori's going to bring her in the shot. Here we go. There's Olive. Say hi, Olive. Say hello. What is it? 6.8 pounds. So she's about 6.8 pounds now. Amber just did the conversion for me. There's Olive. You got to say hello. She would love to do some paw prints on my stenciling, I'm sure. That's not going to happen today. So I don't know if you guys saw the round, or who got the round that says, what was it? It's a Christmas paw one anyway. I can't remember what it says, but I can't wait to do that one. I think that'll go great. So many people have pets these days that they could use that for. How big is she going to get? She's going to get about 5 kilograms. Don't know what that is in pounds again, but she's about, from when we got her, she's about halfway to what she's actually going to be fully grown. So she's going to be about 5 kilograms, sorry. Now 5 kilograms is probably like well, I know that 4 kilograms is quite a big newborn baby. What is it? Whatever that would be. Like a 9-pound baby or something. So 9 pounds maybe. I think there is about 2 or 2.5 kilos to a pound. No, pounds to a kilo. That would make better sense. All right, I'm going to do these little stars up here. I'll do those white. How are we going so far? Doing great. Got my other board to do over here too. So, and I've got some room at the top here where I could add some more stars to this. So, these are white, but I'm going to add probably some gold, I think, to the background of these stars. And sprinkle those stars all over the place. I may go over the words again. Let's have a look and see what that looks like. We could add some black to the tyres as well now. It's going to be a little tricky to tape up, I feel. So I may have to do that a little bit differently. Shoot this here. Dry that off a bit. Yeah, should I do the black on the tyres? Let's give it a go. I think I want to use one of my smaller stencil brushes, and I'll try this black here. And I'm just going to try and be careful because I just don't want to... The taping is just a little bit tedious sometimes when it comes to round bits. Let's see how I go with just trying really hard to stay. Yeah, Bobby says those ties are always tricky things. Oh, Paula Days, yes. Sharon Shed did a lovely Paula Days round this morning. Oh, that's great, Christy. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, happy Paula Days instead of holidays. Oh, maybe I could use this cardstock. So I'll show you how I do it with this. So I'm just covering up this end of the tyre. And so on those areas where I'm working, I just want to make sure that I've got this. I could still tape up that A, wherever that is, so that I don't get it over that side. But it's mainly this area here that I want to protect. So we'll see how we go with getting it all around this section. And then when I need to come around here, we just keep going in really tiny bits at a time. So that's probably a little easier if I do the cardstock for this idea. Can you all see that well enough, how I'm doing that? it's a little bit tricky to get this. Maybe I'll go down a little bit more. So I'm using the cardstock to just come around the edges of the stencil. It is quite a thin area, so we've just got to be super careful. And come around this way. A little bit more this way. There we go. So I've just made it. So that's just using that cardstock method of blocking. That line here is a little bit thinner than this line here, so I can it'll probably be a little bit easier using that method on this side. Yes, cut your paper in a semicircle. That's such a great idea. I can go all over it around here, and then when I get to this bit, just need to be a little bit extra careful. And around here. Yes, you could stencil that semicircle shape on the cardboard and then cut out that, and then you have this to just go around there. Great idea. I like that tip. All right. Now, I think we're finished. Well, we've got those stars to do, but let's have a little look-see at how that's looking so far. Ta-da! The stars do look quite pretty just in white, and then we're able to add some more to that. So that was pretty easy-ish to do. Let's have a look where I can add some more stars. Just going to add maybe a couple up here. Need my white brush and the white paint. Got that on my finger. Yep, there we go. One little star up here. Now I was going to add some gold to them. You could, you may not. I'm going to add some stars down underneath here also, because I feel like that would look great as well. Because it's a round, these three are in the perfect shape to just sort of sit under there nicely. 3 is a good odd number. So there's some underneath. I feel like maybe 1, 2 more up here. Maybe this one. Now to remember, if I'm going to go over these in metallic, I'd have to remember what shapes I used where, because some of the stars are different shapes. There's some that are larger than others. I think I'll leave them white for now to give you that idea. I feel like just this T up here, I can see it wasn't as solid as the rest of the words, so I'm going to give that another little hit with the brush to just make sure that's nice and solid. That makes a cute round. That would look great. Okay, so I'll just show you quickly these baubles up here as well, and the star that's on the tree. Let's try and do that, because I want to do that white. Can put that star right back down there, and just add a bit of tape to the Christmas tree. Make sure we don't get that. Oh, Oliver's under my feet now. She's licking my feet. You're giving me kisses. Thank you. Puppy kisses. Beautiful. Okay, a little bit of white on that star. And I'll pop that stencil aside for a minute. And show you, let's see, I'll use maybe this brush here. So these are the Essential Stencil detail brushes. They come in 6 different sizes. So you can use my code I Restore Stuff for anything I'm showing you today on the essentialstencil.com site, and get 10% off any of your things there. So I'm just going to use one of these. This one is a number 3, And I think it'll be a good one to just hit those little baubles with, well, maybe I'll do silver instead of gold. Let's see if we can just sparkle them up a little bit with silver. Or you could use some Totally Dazzled product to do there also. I think it needs some more shaking up. Welcome to the club, Dorothy, Essential Stencil says. So someone's just joined the Stencil of the Month Club. That's wonderful. Just checking the comments here while I'm shaking this jar. Chris says, I think I need to order this stencil. It is so cute, isn't it? Okay, so we've got our metallic silver here. This is one of the paint range I carry in Australia, so it's not available in the US, but just use any sort of metallic paints. I'm just going to see how this goes. I feel like it's not grabbing a lot of the pigment, so I'll just do a little drop on here. But again, you could use any metallic. Just do the baubles, do those over on the side. Then you've got the ones on the tree, of course. Yep, that's not really working as well as I thought it would for me today, so we'll just leave that one. We'll play around with that later. I do want to get onto this one that I was going to show you. Also, this should be a fairly quick one, but don't go anywhere because we have prizes. Remember, pink paint brushes, pink stencil brushes are up for grabs this live today. Now the set I showed you earlier that I'm going to be doing with this board, a plain pine plywood board. I've pre-painted it black, and then I've got Funny Christmas set, which has got 6 designs on there, and I've got the mini modern trees set that I'm going to be putting either side of my saying. So the saying I picked out of that set today is, I'm only a morning person on December 25th. I think that looks cute. So that's a fun idea. I'm going to put it right in the center there, and then we are just going to pop some Christmas trees either side. I feel like we could do like a half tree either side, but the full trees do fit, so we may just do that full tree, I think. What do you think? Full trees, half trees? What do you guys think? Meanwhile, I'm going to tape down my thing here. It would look cute on a tea towel, yes. It's a great idea. Don't look. We've got some packages just arrived, and it's my daughter's birthday. It's Amber's birthday this weekend. They may or may not be for you. She's snooping. No snooping. All right. White on black would look great. And I did have a white brush. Where did that go? Here we go. So I'm using the 3/4 inch brush. Happy birthday, Amber. They're all saying happy birthday to you. Aren't they sweet? She doesn't live here. She lives somewhere else, but her internet at their house is not working today, so she's doing a work from home day at our house. Stealing our internet. She's allowed anytime. All right, I'm going to paste these down at the top too. So I've just got that brush full of the white. We could add some pops of colour. Once I've got this white down, we use that again as a bit of a base, and we can add some pops of colour to those presents if we wanted to. We could add some metallic look to it. But see how nice and easy that is to just swirl the brush all over. I do like the contrast when you've got the white on black. I think it's fun. This would be a great little shelf sign to stick on your shelf for Christmas, or a sign on your bedroom for the days leading up. You're only a morning person on December the 25th. Yes, I agree that it's always great to have our children over. All right. This one's got to be so super quick. guys, don't forget, if you do watch the replay, comment the word replay in the 24 hours after we've gone live, and you can get also a chance to win a set of the pink brushes. Again, if you do order pink brushes, if you don't win, you can still order the set, and all the profits go to breast cancer research. Okay, so we've got our white there, and like I said, we can go over that again with either a second coat. I think it pops bright enough as it is, but then we can add some colour to it. We could even use a slightly off shadow effect on those. So we'll just set that aside for a minute, and we're going to use our Christmas trees. Did we decide? Yes, what the elf. That's the other one. I'll quickly show you through these if you weren't here earlier when I showed them before. There's that one. There's this one. Dear Santa, can we negotiate? This is Up to No Good. And Oh Dear What a Year with a little deer. Very cute. And It's Beginning to Cost a Lot Like Christmas. Very cute, funny Christmas sayings. So that is a 6-pack, and it's called Funny Christmas. So if you're looking for that one, I did see they've still got stock there ready for pre-orders on that one. All right. Now to decide. Now, I wasn't watching to see what you all said, whether we should do half Christmas trees on the sides or actual full Christmas trees. Since they fit, I feel like we should just do full ones. And maybe a fancy one and a completely different one. Look, you could fit some of those presents under the tree, couldn't you? What about this one with the baubles? Full trees, everyone's saying, put the full trees on there. All right. Now I will do, again, the white, but you can do metallic, you could do all sorts of fun colours on this. Offloading our brush again. Do we know when the pre-orders will ship? Good question. Essential Stencil may have answered that earlier. I think someone asked, so I'm not sure about that. Does it say on the website? Sometimes they have a frequently asked questions section on the website, and it may say there. Or if you've pre-ordered, did you get a notification? Maybe it says there. Sorry, I can't answer that one. Oh, Rhonda says, I thought ship around the 26th of October, so that's this next week. So yeah, I was probably told, but I can't remember everything. I should write these things all down. Now, I did mention earlier our Stencil of the Month Club is open this week for you to join, and it's a beautiful silhouette themed stencils, that collaboration design by Amanda, one of our ambassadors, and they are just adorable. I can't wait to see what you all do to use them. All right, there's our one tree. Look at that. Looks great. So my board size, for those of you who are asking, I can't remember if anyone asked, but I usually get asked how long they all are. This one's, it's almost 11 inches by 8. So 11 by 8 inches. And next tree. Yeah, there is a larger set. I'm not sure if they still have those available, the larger set of modern Christmas trees like this. But these smaller ones are so great for little small signs. Just doing a little swirly swirl around. This is a cute one. It's got swirls. It's a swirly stencil. So we could add, you could add little shots of metallic colours to the baubles and the star. Could even add some more presents around if we wanted to, using some of these presents here. But look how simple and easy that one was to just give a little bit of extra to the sides of those. So looks like we are just on time for a nice finish. Now you could just embellish those in all sorts of different ways with using your metallics, like I said, or using some dazzle. But that is what we have created today. I'll show you again. Don't forget to use my code iRestoreStuff and save on both the stencilofthemonthclub.com or essentialstencil.com. You can save on your stencils. So we've got our round sign that we did with the truck, at Christmas all roads lead home, and I showed you at the beginning of our live how to tape off or how to use your cardstock to block off edges where you're doing your stenciling. And then we created this using two sets, using the modern Christmas trees and also the funny Christmas saying in there. So I hope you enjoyed that live today. We are going to say congratulations to our winners today. Excuse me, we've got Charlene. Let's see, I'll see who else we've got here. Charlene, Judy and Stephanie. So congrats. You have won yourselves a set of free pink stencil brushes from Essential Stencil. Charlene, Judy and Stephanie, and you can just email support@essentialstencil.com and they'll ship those out to you. Let them know where to send them. And you can follow me at iRestoreStuff anywhere on social media or iRestoreStuff.com to see some fun furniture painting projects, some other home decor makeovers right there on my website or on my Facebook page or Instagram. I hang out over there too. So thank you guys so much. Congratulations to our winners today. And I'll see you again next week for another fun DIY live. It was so great to be here with you today. All right, see you next week. Bye.